I'm Severely Mame, and this is my closet. Today I wanted to do Severely Mame's Knitting Roundup. Now you may be asking yourself, why is Mame theming her knitting episode to Western wear? Well, why wouldn't I, for one? And two, there is no reason other than cowboy theme is always a good theme. Today I wanted to take you through all of my knitting projects that I'm currently working on. You know, it's 115 degrees here in Phoenix, Arizona, so of course that means it's time to knit all the wool you can. I've picked up a bunch of new projects and I'm very excited about them. I figured I'd go through what I'm working on just to give you guys an idea and show you the progress that I've made on past projects. Let's get right into things. So my first knit that I'm working on is this 1930s Susan Crawford bed jacket. Now I've been working on this for years. I don't know how many years actually at this point. It might be verging on 2 years. I've got the entire body together. It has been stitched together and blocked. All I have to finish is the hood. Now, I have very little left to go on the hood. I just have not been in the mood to knit lace at all, but I love this pattern. I love how it looks, and it really has a great fit on. I've been wearing it without the hood around the house when the AC is a little too cold. Which no longer happens because it's so hot, but it did at one point. So I have been wearing that one and I'm really excited to finish it. All that I have left to do is to finish the hood piece, block it, and then attach it. Once I attach it, I'll have to add a little ribbon trim around so I can tie at the neck and the ribbon will go all the way through the hood. I'm very excited to finally wrap this project up. I think we'll be seeing it finished in one of my future videos. I am very close to the end, but I'm also very close to the end of my yarn. So we will see if I have enough. I bought another skein the other day just in case. This was knit with the Wool-like yarn. It is synthetic. It's not great quality. This project started as just wanting something to work on and I couldn't decide on yarn for a bigger project, so I just bought the least expensive fingering weight I could find at a Michael's, and this is what ended up being, and I actually really like this project. The yarn is soft, it doesn't act like real wool, but it's a nice project, and it's just gonna be a little like bed jacket to kind of keep warm whenever I'm around the house. Now, so that one we've already seen. Now I'm gonna move on to another project I've covered quite a bit here, which is what I was calling my frozen sweater. So I've got this project nearly done. I finished one sleeve recently and started the next. I'm getting closer and closer to wrapping this project up. Right now, this is where I'm at on the sleeve. The last piece until everything can get pieced together. This was a knitting pattern from Subversive Femme. This was one of their past Curvy Month patterns. I increased the size a little bit to make it fit a 40-inch bust. Now it might actually be a little small in the long run. I had never done anything with color work before. So I've sewn up my shoulder seams on the body and I'm going to figure out the neckline soon. The neckline I've never done before. It is a little bit daunting, but I'm excited to do it. It's come out pretty good so far. I'm pretty happy with it. It feels like it is going to fit me right without having to overstretch or anything. I'm really excited about getting this one done. Now, it is more of like a winter seasonal knit, so I haven't been as on top of this one as other projects because it's not very wearable right now. None of these projects are very wearable right now, living in the desert, but some of my other ones that I've been working on are a little more weather appropriate for the desert. So that one's getting put away for a little while. I told myself before I start my next big project I will finish it. We'll see if I stay true to that though. It's been a long time working on that, and there's a bunch of videos up here that I've done where I talk about my process. But I'm gonna move on to the knits that I'm very excited about. I have two that I've started in the last month. They are both patterns from Subversive Femme. One I purchased, one is a Curvy Month pattern from this year on their website. That one, let me grab it, is a 1940s short sleeve stripe sweater. So right now, it is a black, gray, and yellow stripe. It's about a 4-row stripe each color, alternating. I'm about to get to the decrease for the armholes soon, but this one I've done pretty quickly. Being color work, but just in stripes, has been really easy. I got this yarn from Hobbii, Hobbii, and it's their natural wool. I got what I hope is enough, but we shall see. I might have to do another order to finish it. I think I'll have enough, but I'm not 100% sure. Now, this project moved pretty quickly. I did put it down because I was having issues seeing the black while I knit it. I don't have great vision, and over quarantine it has only seemed to have gotten worse. So I haven't been focusing on this one as much. You can see I've stopped at a black stripe because I was just having trouble seeing it in a room. I have been turning on my studio lights when I knit in my bedroom now, which does help me a little bit. And now the project that I have been working on most today, this is the Denise Sweater. It is a 1950s short sleeve color worked sweater. Now, I am a big Halloween fan, as you may know, and I thought it was going to be fun to make a little candy corn themed sweater to wear this Halloween season. Now, we aren't sure where Halloween's gonna land in the world of COVID, but we do know that it's gonna happen no matter what, and I can still dress for the occasion even if we aren't getting to celebrate out with everybody. This pattern has been fairly simple, but I have had two major mistakes. The first time, when I was doing the increases in the first color, I went too many rows after one increase and had to rip back. And when I was trying to rip back, it actually all was just running, which is, I've never had to frog a knit piece before, so it was just so foreign to me and I got a little lost. I had to take it all the way back to the ribbing, and I had got to the color change. So then I fixed it all up, re-knit it, did the color change, and realized when I got to the last row color change the first time, I realized I had done 4 stitches that were knits instead of purls in a row very far away. So I had to rip it out again. Now, I've been much more on it this time. I did not want to have to rip this back anymore. And so far, since I've been a little more on top of it, I'm doing fairly well. I love this very simple but very cute design. I'm really happy with this. It's becoming a very quick knit, and I think it'll be fun for the Halloween season. And then I think I'll probably end up doing more of them depending on how the cut looks on me. Now, that is kind of a guessing game sometimes, especially using vintage patterns. Vintage patterns are very cute, but sometimes very specific to the proportions of people in the time frames that they were made. So this 1950s pattern looks like it's gonna have a very small waist. Now, I have lost a little bit of weight recently, and I think that this sweater should fit me fairly well, especially because the bottom is like 5 inches of ribbing. It's all meant to stretch and cling to the body. So we'll see how that actually fits when I finish. I probably will be done with the front piece fairly quickly. I'm on my last color. I'm working on what is the little sleeve right now. And in like 40 something rows, I'll start my decrease. I'm very excited about all these knitting projects. I have one more coming in. I have yarn coming for one more in the mail. Now that's gonna be my biggest knitting project yet, so I've told myself I have to wrap up at least 1 to 2 of these sweaters before I can even think about starting it. But I will give you a little sneak peek. This pattern was just released by Bex on Subversive Femme. It's one of the Curvy Month patterns, and it is a full knit suit in my size. I love wearing vintage suits. It is truly one of my favorite things to buy, and I struggle to find them in my size and have them be notably cute enough for me to really want to invest in. But This suit is gorgeous. It has really beautiful details to it, little pockets, and it's going to be a fully knit skirt done in the round, and then the jacket is done in pieces and put together. I was reviewing the pattern, and it even goes as far as knitting shoulder pads for it. This is going to be such a cute suit. I got a green wool for it, but I've told myself I'm not allowed to start it until I finish at least 2 of these sweaters. Now, it would make sense for me to finish my 2 old patterns that have been sitting around forever, finish the hood on my Susan Crawford knit, and finish the sleeve and body and neckline of my Frozen sweater, and I think I'm going to be able to do that fairly quickly. But also, the Denise sweater is going so quickly, I could probably finish this before my yarn even arrives, depending on how much time I have to work on it. You know, life in quarantine is a little bit different than normal, so I've got a lot of time to knit, and not everyone has to utilize all of this free time to make and do things, but for me that's the best way for me to alleviate stress and feel like I'm actually doing something that's making me happy. I wonder how long that was untied. Well, we'll see. I'm wearing, because it is Severely Mame's Knitting Roundup, I'm wearing my new 1940s Western print. It's got a little cowboy lassoing bouquets of flowers and some blooming cacti all over. This was made by Spydora Vintage Inspired out of San Francisco. This is my second top from her and I love it. This was fabric that was gifted to me recently, and I did not have the confidence to cut into it myself. So I knew Kylie was the girl to send it to, and she did a wonderful job. She made me even a little tie to go with it, which I put in my hair. I'm very excited about this one, and I couldn't wait to show it off at Severely Mame's Knitting Roundup. Thank you guys so much for watching. What knitting projects are you guys working on? Let me know down below. I'll leave all the links to the patterns in the bio for this video, so you can look them up and work on them yourself if you're interested. I get a lot of my patterns from Subversive Femme, either on their Etsy page or on their website that they provide free. Thank you so much. I'll see you all soon. Make sure to like and subscribe. Let me know down below what you think of this video.